y'all, welcome to Cook on the Farm. I'm Rachel, and today it is a week before Thanksgiving. It is a Wednesday night, and I am actually gonna make up my cranberry sauce now and then let it cool tonight in the fridge and then throw it in the freezer and pull it out next Wednesday. Yes, cranberry sauce is super fast to make, but there's so much other things you have to do on the few days before Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving Day. This is one less thing that I have to do. All right, let's check out our ingredients. You're gonna need a bag of cranberries, a cup of water in a pot, a cup of sugar, and a 3-finger pinch of salt. This bag is a 8-ounce bag. I always follow the same recipe. So if I double this, I double this. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm gonna pour these in here. As I pour, I'm looking for moldy ones. If they're a little squishy, I don't care. I leave those in because you just want to make sure they're clean. Yes, these are pre-washed, but sometimes they still have yuck. So I'm just going to give these a quick zhuzh. I'm going to put my pot on the stove and get that heating up. So my water is in here. I'm just going to dump my sugar in here, dump my cranberries in here, and my 3-finger pinch of salt. So if you like more like the saucy part without the chunkies, add more water, okay? This is very simple. You could do apple juice, brown sugar, and allspice. Like, you can totally dress this up. Some people do orange juice. Not a fan of that one either. So what I'm gonna do is I have this on, it's my lowest burner, but I have it on the highest heat, which is kind of a medium. And I am literally just going to stir this every few minutes to make sure the sugars are melting, because you're making a simple syrup, and when the cranberries open, they're letting out their pectin and they're thickening the sauce also. And we're just gonna keep stirring this until everything is popped and it's the consistency I want. It does thicken up a little bit more as you cool it, so keep in mind if it's uber thick here, it's gonna be like a brick once you put it in the fridge. So I like it a little bit more on the runny side. So, well, my dad used to put it on his mashed potatoes and gravy, his stuffing, and his turkey. He just like, kind of like another gravy, to be honest. So I like it not quite as runny as gravy, but kind of on the runny side. You can see my water is turning a little bit. They're starting to open up a little bit. So we're just gonna let this go for a bit. So I'm gonna get my mic really low here and hopefully not get shot in the face, but I'm gonna let you hear them popping. We're just gonna let these keep popping and breaking down a little bit. You can see like this big guy right here has split, but he's not, like, he's still kind of hard. These are gonna break down. You can kind of squish them with your spoon or whatever, but I don't feel like that does anything really. Don't go too far away. This goes pretty quickly. Like I said, about 15 minutes start to finish. You can see the water starting to change to a kind of a rose water color. They're pretty much all popped at this point. Just amount of, I'm thickening that simple syrup, and that the sugars are pretty much all dissolved now. I don't feel any more on the bottom. That smell is like Christmas. It's so good. We're getting pretty close here. I think I'll go a couple more minutes. It's pretty thin. Like if I, do this, it's pretty watery. So I want to drop it down a little bit more. It's going to be the 5 of us for Thanksgiving. David and I are 2 boys and my mom. And we like leftovers, so sometimes I just make extra, and then we have extra. There's some little gel pieces on the side right there. It's starting to gel. See that? That's what we're talking about. That's what we're looking for. You can either take this pot, which I'm going to do is leave it on the stove until it comes to pretty much room temperature, then put it in the fridge, and then tomorrow put it in a container with a lid, put it in the freezer. You don't want to take this and put this directly into your fridge because it will heat your refrigerator up and potentially it could make food go bad. I've never experienced that, but I also don't put hot things in. This is cranberry sauce. If you don't want the seeds, you could run this through the strainer that I had out here when I cleaned them. You could run it through that. I would let it cook a little bit longer if you're gonna do that. So good. So if you try it like I'm doing, and you're like, oh, it needs more sugar, go ahead and add a little bit more sugar, turn it back on, bring it back to a boil, and then when you run your spoon on the bottom of the pan, until you don't feel any more of the gritties, and then you're good to go. So you can see, I'm gonna have David show you on my spoon. It has now gelled, so like it's not coming off. As it cools, it will get thick like that. From my kitchen to yours, I hope you guys have a fabulous Thanksgiving. I am thankful for family, a God who loves me and forgives me, and a country that I can still worship him. Let me know what y'all are thankful for. All right, if you guys try this, let me know. Have a great Thanksgiving. God bless. You're gonna need a bag of cranberries. Oh my gosh. In the fridge, and then it does thicken up a little bit more as you cool it.
Sorry. What was this saying?
What?
Your dad's saying.
Oh, it's all going in the same place. However, I don't like my food to touch. There's certain things that can touch like a little bit, like my gravy can touch my turkey. My gravy can touch my dressing, but it can't be on it. Like there's just certain things I need a divided plate. And David won't let me have one. Turn it off. So you could either, ooh, it's official. You could, I know it's gonna be fadabitable. I like fadabitable. Just do it until you don't feel any, I do. Let me talk through it.
Yeah, sure.
Hey y'all, welcome.
Well, I'm sure I'm in the shot there.
Yes, sure.
Huh?
All right. Okay. Woo! Okay, I'm getting my face back now. They're pretty much all popped at this point. Oopsie. Get back in there. It's just gonna be the 5 of us for Christmas. Our 2 it's gonna be the 5 of us for Thanksgiving.